Hare Krishna. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurun Unmitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschyatya Deshitarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. On the path of Gita, International Society for Krishna Consciousness, Kanracharya, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So today's chapter is we'll take the blessings of Shri Radha Madan Mohanji, the beloved deities, and the deities installed by Srila Prabhupada himself. So today's chapter is chapter 12, devotional service. Anybody would like to read the contents?
Devotional service is supreme, 12.1 to 12.7. The ladder of devotional service, 12.8 to 12.12. Who is dear to Krishna, 12.13 to 12.20.
Okay. Does anybody remember what happened in the 11th chapter?
Krishna and the opulences of Krishna.
Right. So basically, opulence of Krishna. And, he has shown his universal form and how Arjuna did not wanted that universal form. He wanted the Shama Sundara form. That means only the two-handed form of Krishna. So today, what we will learn is that in this chapter, that is everything is done. I mean, Arjuna has accepted that Krishna is supreme personality of Godhead. In every chapter, Krishna concludes that the Bhakti Yoga is the best. That means one should be attached to Krishna. That's the ultimate goal of whatever we do. So today, what we will learn is that should we rely on our own intelligence or efforts, or should we seek Krishna's guidance for doing anything? So now, in this chapter, Arjuna has a new doubt. So what is that new doubt? We will learn about that. Okay. Personalism, devotional service is supreme. Impersonalism, personalism, Krishna delivers his devotees. Yes. Arjuna uvacha evam satata-yuktaye bhaktasvam paryupasate ye chapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Can anybody read the translation, please?
Arjuna inquired, which are considered to be more perfect, those who are always properly engaged in your devotional service, or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifested?
Okay. So Arjuna now has a new doubt. He's asking that, Krishna, what should I do? What should someone do? Should we worship the formless Brahman or your own personal form? So what is this Brahman? What is this personal form? We'll learn about that. Okay. Next. Okay. So the first is the energy, Brahman. Second is the localized Paramatma. The third is the personality, Bhagavan. So actually, to realize the absolute truth is nothing but Krishna himself. So to realize that reality, to realize that truth, to realize Krishna, there are three features. Okay. So the first is the impersonal Brahman. Brahman is nothing but see, the whole three things are Krishna only. But it's just that if we have a fruit, to get to the seed, we have to first peel the skin. Then we have to, eat all the flesh. Then we will go to the seed. For example, a mango fruit. First, we have to peel the skin. Then we have to go to the flesh, everything. And after that is everything is, cleaned and nicely done. Then we get the seed. With that seed, we can plant a new plant. We can sow that and plant for a new tree. So just like that, to know Krishna, we have to remove these layers. But do we have to go through all these steps? No, we can go to directly to Krishna only. But people are misdirected in some ways. So the first one is the Brahman. It is the impersonal form of Krishna only, but it is nothing but the the light which is glowing from Krishna's body. Here we have sun to give us the light. Now it's not, the sun has not risen very nicely right now. It is still dark. But in spiritual world, it is not like that. There is no sun actually in the spiritual world. Whatever light comes, it comes from the body of Krishna only. So they need not depend upon another source. So Krishna is the source there. So people who worship such form, the light form of Krishna, the glowing effulgence of Krishna, are called Mayavadis. That means they meditate upon the Brahman form of Krishna. They wish to merge into the Brahman, but ultimately that is not the goal of a devotee. The second aspect is the Paramatma, the super soul which stays in our heart. But this is also a partial representation of what Krishna is. It is not the whole representation. It's just that the Paramatma guides us, it observes us, and is a friend in the heart. But it accompanies us through all the bodies which we go, along with the soul. The super soul also comes with along with us throughout the whole bodies. But still, it is the 400 form. It is not Krishna yet. We see Vishnu as a god. We don't see Krishna as our beloved father or beloved mother or a friend or brother, something like that. We don't see Vishnu as like that. When Vishnu comes, we worship him with our hands folded. But when it comes to Krishna, we don't do that. So the third realization is Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. It is the last realization. That means the last word of realization. That means there is nothing above that. Above Brahman, there is Paramatma. Above Paramatma, there is Krishna. But above Krishna, there is nobody. Krishna is the ultimate goal of anybody's life. So those who worship the Supreme Lord, that means Krishna, they by bhakti, they're called personalists. That means they are devotees only. So we have personal relationship with Krishna, like a friend, brother, father, etc. Like how Arjuna is a friend to Krishna. So do we have to go through all the stages to reach Krishna? No, we can directly go to Krishna. We need not go meditate upon Brahman first, then go to Paramatma, then worship Paramatma, then go to Bhagwan. That is not needed. So that is why there are misleading paths in this Kali Yuga saying that we have to focus on Brahman, or you should focus on Paramatma. But the ultimate goal is Bhagavan only. Okay, next slide, Mataji. Okay, so the first stage is meditation on Brahman. Second stage is meditation on Paramatma. The third stage is relationship with Krishna. So people often get misled, thinking that these are the three stages to attain Krishna. No, these are not the three stages to attain Krishna. These are realizations to understand Krishna. We can directly go and understand Krishna directly in the last stage also. It's just that we are wasting our time in meditating on Brahman, meditating on Paramatma, and then going to Krishna stage. Actually, in fact, it is told that ultimately we have everybody, even though if somebody is meditating upon Brahman or Paramatma, they have to again ultimately this lifetime or some other lifetime, they have to ultimately realize Krishna only. So why waste our time in doing this meditation, that meditation, thinking not Krishna as the god but Vishnu as the Lord? Don't go in that difficult and different ways. It's simple. Meditating upon Paramatma is or Brahman is difficult, but focusing upon a relationship with Krishna is so much easy. How it is easy, how can we do that, we'll learn in the next slides. Okay. So before that, I would like to launch a poll. So you all please give your opinions. If you are lost in a jungle, would you rather have a map or a guide? What is a map? A map is nothing but we ourselves doing that, focusing, trying ourselves. That is Jnana Yoga with our own intelligence. But we have a guide. We can just rely on them. We do not worry about what is happening, what is not happening. So in that is bhakti. That means Krishna is our guide. He will, whatever he says, we are doing that. What you will choose? Okay. 10 more seconds. I'll end the slide. I'll end the lot of poll. Okay. So everybody has a clear idea that uh, the guide is the best one instead of using our own intelligence. Can anybody read the translation, please?
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, "Those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be most perfect."
Okay, thank you. So, do you all know what is the difference between a kitten and a baby monkey? I mean, how their mother carry them? Who does more efforts and who, simply enjoys? Anybody knows? Hmm? No. Okay. So what happens is that the kitten, it need not, it just simply stays. The mother cat, it carries the kitten in the mouth. That's it. No effort from the body, baby. But when it happens to monkey, the baby has to hold on tightly. If the mother monkey is going from this branch to that branch, the baby has to hold it tight. So which is hard, we holding, or our mother holding, which is easy for us as children? Hmm?
Our mother holding.
Yeah, the mother holding. That means the kitten job is very easy. It's doing nothing. So just like that, we should let go of all the heavy burdens. That means Krishna is going to carry us. Okay, but it doesn't mean that you don't do your work. But it's just that whatever heavy burdens are there, which are unnecessary, which are not in our hands, that we can surrender it to Krishna and ask Krishna, you only guide me. Okay, you only please guide me. I'm not able to understand what to do. So you please guide me, then I'll do whatever is I know that whatever you do for me is right. So please guide. So if we have 100 floors in a building, so do you all prefer stairs or an elevator? Hmm?
Elevator.
Elevator, right? It is so foolish that if we climb the stairs, the elevator will go in 5 minutes in the 100th floor. We are still in the first or second floor in the 5 minutes, right? So why to go through all the stages when we can realize Krishna in the ultimate stage? Why to waste our time in focusing upon the light which is coming out of Krishna's body, or meditating upon the Vishnu form of Lord Krishna, when we can directly go to the ultimate stage by an elevator? That means that by bhakti, there are stages of bhakti which are very easy. So is that easy, or meditating upon Brahman is easy? We will learn. Why is it also easy? Also, we will learn. You can all understand the difference. So before that, I'll launch the second poll. So, which is easier? Thinking about someone and talking in the air, talking to a picture of your loved ones, talking to them directly. That's the next slide. If you have somebody, you want to talk to them directly, you want to solve some misconceptions between you and your friend, what is easy? Just talking to them in their air, or talking with them through the picture, or talking to them directly, which is easy? क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहाब्धिरवाप्यते. Okay, I'm just setting the poll. So yeah, talking to them directly is so easy, and we can clarify with them. It will be a direct relationship. We need not, if we talk to a picture, we don't know if they have forgiven us or not. Okay, correct. Okay, can anybody read, please?
For those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested, impersonal feature of the Supreme, advancement is very troublesome. To make progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied.
Okay. What Krishna is trying to say is that the personal form, that means the ideal, the deity form of Krishna, Krishna's worship, is superior and most perfect. I mean, Krishna is perfect, Krishna, but when we are coming into this world, we have to have a physical form of Krishna. So that is the deity form of Krishna. How it is installed, how it is done, we'll learn the next slide. So before that, our parents have some form. We hug them, we kiss them, we miss them, whatever works they do, they have a form. So we also have this body and all. Then how can we say, if we just a normal soul, a normal human being have this form, and how can somebody say that the Lord does not have form? From because the Lord has some form, some spiritual form, we have this material form because we are part and parcel of Krishna. So whatever Krishna has, we also have that. Whatever qualities Krishna have, good qualities, we also have that. uh, so if, for example, if I off my video, only my sound is coming, will you be able to get connected with me that much? Or is it easy if I off my video, which is easy? And there is another thing also. So if I off my video, just my voice is coming. Is that easy? But I have on my video, you will get connected, but that is a little bit partial connection. You get a little bit connected, but not fully. But when we meet physically in temple or outside, we get full connection. We can hug, we can embrace each other, etc. We can talk non-stop. So which is easy for you all? What out of three, which is easy?
Meeting directly.
Meeting directly, right? It's so easy. It's just like we want to hug something, but there is nothing to hug to. That means we can't just hug the air. So it's just like the first stage is like hugging an air. So the third stage is like hugging a person. So what is so warm and what is so welcoming, what is so loving is that the third stage, that means Krishna, ultimate goal of the realization. That means Krishna having a form, having the deity form of Krishna is so easier than not having a personal form of Krishna. So that is bhakti. Okay, can we go to the next slide? Okay, can anybody read, please?
Imperfectionist meditation on the unmanifested, control of the senses, understanding Brahman through Upanishads, learning Sanskrit, infinite consciousness. Difficult. There is no relationship with God. Depends on our effect. Incomplete realization. Sat and Chit. Devotee form. Worship of deity form, engagement of the senses, understanding Krishna by practicing Navavida Bhakti, simple and natural, intimate relationship with God. Krishna himself liberates the devotee, complete realization, Satchit Ananda Vigraha. Thank you.
Okay, so some people try to do this impersonalist thing. What they do is that they try to shut down all their senses, which is actually very hard, especially in this Kali Yuga. But ultimately, Krishna only says that it does not work. Okay, even it works, you leave your body, leave your soul, something like that, and this your soul gets merged into the Brahman, which is my nothing but which is the light coming from my body. But ultimately, what happens is that they merge inside the Brahman. There is no activity, there is no serving Krishna, there is no talking with Krishna, there is no loving connection with Krishna. Ultimately, they again fall down and take a rebirth. So just like the sage Vishwamitra, he was a very great sage. He was well versed with all the Upanishads, etc., etc. He was a great sage. If he would have not been a great sage, we would have not been talking about him. But when he was forcefully trying to artificially shut down his senses, but when Menaka came, he lost all his composure. That means he fell for Menaka's beauty. Whereas Ambarish Maharaj, we heard about Ambarish Maharaj's story, right? How Durvasa Muni sent a demon, and how Vishnu, the Sudarshan Chakra, has protected Ambarish Maharaj. So he did not try to artificially shut down his senses, but instead he used all his senses. That means he engaged all his senses to the service of Krishna. That means he chanted Krishna, he saw the deity form of Krishna, he was offering food to Krishna, he was serving the devotees, he was making an Ekadashi fast. So what had happened ultimately? He realized Krishna, and Sudarshan Chakra, the ultimate weapon of Krishna, came directly and helped Ambarish Maharaj. So that is how the difference between a person who is forcefully trying to shut down his senses and the person who is engaging his senses. We can understand the difference between an impersonalist and a personalist. That means the difference between an impersonalist and a devotee. Okay. For example, I am on a very strict diet. A cake is in front of me. I have a very sweet tooth. We know that because of sweets, we usually gain weight. So we get tempted and eat it. We will get tempted and eat it if somebody is not there beside us. But if our train is beside us, will we eat that cake? Hmm? Will we eat that cake if our trainer is beside us?
No.
No, right? So it's just like trying to control the mind without engaging our mind to Krishna is like impossible task. We will directly eat the cake nicely. So if we are trying to control our mind and senses without engaging them to Krishna, it is actually impossible to do that. We might do, but ultimately we will fail at one point of the time. So engage our mind and senses. What devotees do? They do Navavidha Bhakti, as mentioned in the form. So they do Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandhanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So they do hearing, chanting, remembering, serving Krishna's lotus feet, worshipping the deity form, offering the prayers. They act as Krishna's servant, they act as Krishna's friend, and ultimately they surrender. So it's just like bhakti is like a buffet. When we go to a restaurant, we pay for a buffet. So we can pick whatever dishes we want. So just like that, we can pick any process which we want. Krishna will accept anything. But usually, Acharyas and Krishna says that the first three steps, that means Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering of Krishna, is the easiest form. I'm at the foremost form, the first and foremost things, and they don't need any rules and regulations. For example, if we want to worship the deity form of Krishna, we have to bath, we have to brush, we have to wear clean clothes, etc. But now, as you all are attending this class, we are just hearing about Krishna. We need not brush, we need not bath. It's okay, it's fine, all right. We can just get up from the bed, or we can nicely hear to the class. But if we are doing some worship to Krishna, it comes with little bit rules and regulation. So, but still, they are also very easy. Rather than shutting down our senses, etc., etc. These are actually very easy. But the most prominent things are Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, hearing, chanting, and remembering Krishna. For example, if there is a parent and a baby, okay, the parent, he does not feel any burden taking care of his child or her child. That means they feed the baby, they dress the baby, they play with the baby. And the baby is also happy. The baby actually does not even remember what their parents have done to them. So the baby is happy. That means he does not stink. He is not, his hunger is fulfilled. His thirst is fulfilled. He's, playing nicely. He's so happy. Ultimately, the parent is also happy. So when we dress Krishna, when we feed Krishna, when we serve him, Krishna is also happy, and directly we are also happy. Okay, so the bhakti is like that. The devotee's mood is like that. I am serving Krishna, I am also happy. I am doing this for Krishna, I am also happy. I am chanting for Krishna, I am also happy. So it is very simple. It is not so hard. We need not read the scriptures and etc. etc. And because if we do chanting and if we worship Krishna, Krishna will give us the intelligence automatically. So if we do bhakti, it is the very simplest task. I am not saying that. Krishna himself is saying that. If you want to reach me easily, go through this path. If Krishna is only saying that this is the path which you can reach me very easily, then why we have to go through all the difficult tasks and waste our valuable time, which we have this human form? Why to waste our time going in that direction or this direction? Okay, so have you ever felt that you have done something that you love for somebody else and felt more happiness than doing it for ourselves? Have you ever felt like that? I hope everybody is unmuted and the chat is also open. If you're uncomfortable talking, you can just put it in the chat. Not a problem. Hmm? Yes, many times, right? We or we do something for our parents. We are so happy with that, right? We do something for our friends. We are so happy with that. Yes, thank you all. Next slide, Matashi. Uh, can anybody read it, please?
We can't say that complex method will yield better results than the simple method. Let us stop selecting based on the external features.
Okay, so as we already discussed, the formless worship of Krishna is very hard. That means we have to read all the Upanishads, control the senses, etc., etc. But when it comes to the uh, worship form, that means I think everybody, all of you have visited Tirupati once in your lifetime, at least once. You know how Lord Balaji is, right? We remember him, right? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. So when we go to Tirupati, the Lord Venkateshwara, Lord Balaji, has different signs in different parts of his body. Like there is Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. There is a fish. There is some snakes, as we can see in the picture. So we remember this, and whenever, even after coming to Hyderabad also, or to your home, we remember, okay, Lord Balaji was like that. Even we don't, our mind is not conscious enough to remember Lord Balaji, but still it comes to our mind thinking that, oh, Balaji was very beautiful. He was on Thursday, he was not wearing any alankars. We saw his Nijarupa Darshan. Or, I went on Saturday, it was very beautiful. It was decorated with this flowers, that flowers. I mean, we don't have that much time, they push us, but still we remember the deity form of Lord Balaji, and our mind keep on focusing on the Lord, the deity form of Lord. So these deity form of Lord is called Archa Vigraha, which is worshipped in the temples. So it is not just that, okay, the Lord is made out of some marble stone or some granite stone or out of wood or some metal. It is not like that. Actually, these deity forms of the Lord are installed with great rituals. Even in ISKCON abbots, the Radha Madan Mohan temple, Radha Madan Mohan deities, they were installed with great rituals by Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada himself. So in 1973, he invited Sri Radha Madan Mohan and asked them, pleased them, saying that Sri Radha Madan Mohan ji, you please come and stay here and bless all the devotees, not only now, for ages to come. So right now we are worshipping those deities. So whenever if we have some festival, like we have Julan Yatra, we have Janmashtami, we have Dhamodar month, that means the Kartik month. What we do is that our forum gets so many services during those times. So during Julan Yatra, we decorate the Julan, we take Chota Radha Madan Mohan, we make them sit there, and they are swung in that swing. So we do that. So what we are doing, we are worshipping that deity form of Radha Madan Mohan. So just like that, we are engaging our services. We are using our hands to decorate that. We are using our mouth to chant, to eat prasadam, to speak of Krishna. We are using our eyes to see the beautiful form of Krishna. We are having those ears to hear how to do that service by our, we get instructions from our seniors and all. We engage our mind during that time in Krishna service. So that is how we are doing deity worship. Okay, so still, if even after coming to home, still now we remember from the past 5 years, 4 years, we are doing this service, and we still remember the days which we do all these services. Either it is Kartik Mas, or either it is Chulan Yatra, or either it is during Janmashtami, which we do, or either during Vaikuntha Ekadashi, we are distributing the pamphlets of Rasika Fest. We remember all that. So we are doing some service, not maybe not directly to go into the altar and do to Krishna, but outside we are doing some or the other service, but we remember those memories very evidently. So but if somebody is doing some formless worship, it is very difficult to remember what they were doing actually, because there is nothing to remember. It's just that shutting down our senses, even we don't remember what we were trying to do. So engaging in the seva of the deity form of Krishna is so blissful, so fulfilling to our soul also. And it directly fulfills Krishna himself. So bhakti, it is said that bhakti is not about doing very big sacrifices. That means we usually think that the more difficult the method is, the superior or the higher results it gives. But that is not true when it comes to bhakti. Bhakti is very simple, but yet it gives the highest and eternal results. So usually devotees, acharya say that bhakti is not about doing big sacrifices. That means leaving my home, shutting down my mind, or living in the Himalayas, or living in our home, living in one single room and not allowing anybody to come into our room, not having any relationships with anybody. That is not the case in bhakti. It's just that very small heartfelt actions towards Krishna, which is ultimately for us also. So everybody has to realize that the final stage, that Krishna is ultimate. So why to go through all those stages and waste our time? Is it true or not? So before going to the next slide, you give your opinions. Now, I guess you all know what is form and formless. So what do you all prefer? What is the perfect and recommended by Krishna? Krishna's personal form, which is very easy and we have some emotional connection to Krishna. We have some attachment to Krishna. Or the formless Brahman, which is harder, deep meditation. We don't have any connection with Krishna in that form. Mataji, next slide. तेषाम् अहं समुद्धार्थ मृत्युसंसारसागरात् भवामि भवामि न चिपा न भवामि न चिरात् पार्था मय्या अवेसितचेतसाम्. Okay, so you all understood that Krishna's personal form is the easiest emotional connection, and it is a perfect and what Krishna has given us. So what happens if we worship the deity form? If we realize the final stage of Krishna, what will happen? We will learn now. Okay, can anybody read the translation, please?
Those who worship me, having fixed their minds upon me, O son of Partha, from them I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death.
Okay, thank you. So this material world is there, right? It is like an ocean. What is this ocean? This ocean is nothing but the repeated cycle of birth and death. Actually, Krishna says in 2 times that this world, this material world, is dukkhalayam ashashvatam. That means this world is full of miseries. That the material world is full of miseries. And he also says that padam padam yat vipadam. That means in every step of material world, there is danger. We cannot say that, okay, I am now happy. We can be happy, but that is just for temporary pain. Okay, even devotees have to face some problems. It's just that when we become devotees, we face that problem in a different perspective, in the perspective of what Krishna wants us to do, not in the perspective that what will it benefit me. Okay, so that life changes. You all will understand how the life, I mean, how we understand a problem in a very different way. So when it comes to material world, it is like an ocean. What is this ocean? It is the cycle of repeated birth and death. So every moment, not even one single second, we can't say that, okay, I am in a ship in this material world, I'm enjoying here. Every moment we are drowning. Not only us, everybody in this world is drowning. Either us, either the living, the other animals or plants, anything. I'm sorry, DT form, right? DT form is nothing but the the form which we are worshipping in the temple. That means the form of Krishna. It is called Acha Vigraha, which is made out of stone or marble, but it is not just stone or marble. It is Krishna himself who has come into that form. Okay, so but if somebody is taking shelter of Krishna in this picture, as we are know, as we are seeing, he's coming in on his Garuda, on his Vahana, and helping that person who is drowning. That means he's helping the person who is taking shelter of Krishna. That means who is doing bhakti. Krishna will only help him. So for a devotee, this material ocean, I mean, ocean is a very vast body, right? So, but for a devotee, it is like crossing the footprint of a calf. That means a calf is walking on a muddy area. So the calf has put an print here in the picture. It is there, no? The footprint of the calf is there. Not even cow. The calf, the small baby of the cow. So the calf has put its print, and some if it has rain or some water is there, some water gets collected in that. So for a devotee, the material ocean will be that much small. That means just take a step ahead, and you are just crossing the material ocean. It's that simple. It's that easy. Why? Because Krishna himself is helping the devotee to go through the material ocean. So, so what do you all think ultimately, that a devotee who has surrendered to Krishna and taking the guidance of Krishna is easy, or doing our own efforts, self efforts is easy? Which is easy? Hmm?
Devotion of Krishna.
Devotion to Krishna, taking the guidance of Krishna is easy. So we have a very beautiful pastime where a devotee who surrendered to Krishna, but before that he did his own self efforts. Do you all know the animal who was caught up by a crocodile?
Rajendra.
Gajendra, yes. So Gajendra Moksha is a very great example. Gajendra was actually caught up. Actually, he was an elephant king. He was caught up by a crocodile. He struggled for a very long time, relying on his own strength, relying on his family. He asked his family, he begged his family, please come and save me, please come and save me. Nobody were coming. And he was using his own strength of an elephant. He was trying to free himself. But when he surrendered, he finally realized that this is not going to happen with me. I should surrender completely to Krishna, to Vishnu. He did not come and save me from this crocodile thing and all, but I am sure that I am going to die. So at least before dying, at least let me offer a lotus flower. In the picture of the Gajendra Moksha, we can see Gajendra is holding a lotus flower. So Gajendra was thinking, Vishnu, you need not come and save me. But I am understanding that this is the end of this lifetime of mine. I just want to offer this lotus flower, and complete my seva during this lifetime. So before I die, I want to call you and offer this lotus flower. You don't come and save me. So that is what real bhakti is. But ultimately, Krishna comes and saves us, saves Gajendra. So that is what pure bhakti is. We have to bhakti, but without any pure personal gain. That means we are serving Krishna wholeheartedly. So, but do we practice that with the same mindset? We have, okay, I am doing this. I want some results out of that. That means I want some wealth, or I want to do that or do this. Right? Is it not? We don't do it wholeheartedly. We have some little bit desire out of that. Am I right? Hmm? Am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Manasvi. Okay, but can we go to the next slide? Yes. Thank you, Srija. Okay, so these concrete recommendations and a variety of services give guarantee both for this life and the next life. Devotional service reigns supreme. So bhakti is actually like a Wi-Fi. If we get connected, then we get unlimited access to Krishna. If we are not getting connected, we have to use our mobile data. It will be khatam in no time. So bhakti, using Wi-Fi is more easier than um, relying on our mobile data, right? Can we go to the next slide? Next slide. The ladder of devotion service. मय्या एव मन आदस्त्व मयि बुद्धि निवेशय निवसिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Can anybody read, please?
Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and engage all your intelligence in me. Thus, you will live in me always without a doubt.
Okay. So, Prabhupada, he went to America at the age of 69. He was always thinking of Krishna only. He has done so much. We cannot even imagine a old man, a old devotee at that age of time doing so much for Krishna. In 12 years, he has, there was a revolutionary movement called the Hare Krishna movement. It not only in India, not only in America, it went through all the countries. Russia is a very strict country where if other religion is promoted, they just shoot them. But Srila Prabhupada has one devotee in Russia, and now Russia has the most amount of devotees right now. So Prabhupada, his family did not support in India. His wife was not supporting him. He had established many businesses, but nothing was working. But at the age of 69, he went to America. He had 2 heart strokes when he was during his journey to America. And there was no proper residence in USA, and he was sometimes living with the hippies themselves. It was very hard for Prabhupada, but still, as he was doing for his guru or for the pleasure of Krishna, he sacrificed many things. He was actually peacefully living in Vrindavan, in the Radha Damodar temple. He was nicely, peacefully living. He would have spent all of his life there only. But he did that for Krishna at that age. We are still young. We can do so much for Krishna. So even the government appreciated, saying that, Swamiji, you have transformed. The youth were very drug addicts. They were going in the very wrong direction. It was the age of drugs. It was very hard for the government to control such people. But Prabhupada, he turned the hippies into devotees. We are not hippies. We are, very much better than those hippies. But if Prabhupada did for them, our life transformation is very easy. But still, India is going into the Western culture and all, which is good, but very wrong in many aspects. Good in the sense we are using this technology, we are making our lives easy, but ultimately we are using it in a very wrong way. I mean, we are all seeing, right, in many intermediate schools or even the high schools, there are usage of drugs and all. It is not the Indian culture, it is the Western culture influence. So anyways, we have to understand what is the right path. It doesn't matter which culture it is. So to understand how to love Krishna, we will go through a very beautiful pastime. So you all know the pastime of the gopis and Krishna's headache. Do you all know? Have any idea about that? Okay. So once actually Krishna had a very terrible headache. Actually, Krishna having headache is very funny thing. He does not have all that, but it's just that a time pass. So there is no medicine that could cure Krishna's headache. So what happens? Narada Muni asks with concern to Krishna that what is happening, Krishna? How can I relieve your pain? So Krishna says that if I apply the dust of my devotee's feet, I will be cured instantly. So Narada Muni goes and approaches many sages, many demigods, many devatas, many big personalities, even Krishna's wife. He tells that your husband is suffering with terrible headache. Please give your dust from your feet. So they all refuse. They say that, what are you talking, Narada Muni? You are telling that I should give my dust feet to Krishna for Krishna to apply on his head. No. It will be a very big offense, and I will go to hell. Whatever, I will be punished so severely. So Narada Muni does not know what to do. So Krishna says that, go to Vrindavan, ask the gopis. You see what they will do. So Narada Muni reaches Vrindavan. He asks gopis. Just he says that, Krishna is having a terrible headache. I need your dust from your lotus feet, from your feet. They don't even think for a second and give the dust off their feet. So Narada Muni is very much surprised. Everybody is saying that, it will be a very big offense. Why the gopis are giving just like that? So when Narada Muni asks them, they say that we don't care where we go. We don't care. We go to hell or any other hellish planets. We don't care about that. Even Krishna, even the Mother Nature punishes us. Even the karma punishes us a lot. We don't care about that. But our our feeling is that if Krishna is feeling better, then we don't care. We are happy with that. So actually, for the gopis actually are the highest devotees of Lord Krishna. They only care about Krishna's happiness. That's it. Of course, we cannot imitate gopis. We cannot give our dust from our feet and give it to Krishna. That is not happening in our case. But it's an example of how selfless we have to be. That means even when we are doing service to Krishna, we have to be very selfless. We should not be with selfish qualities. That means pure bhakti is equal to no selfishness. So that is the formula for pleasing Krishna. Okay, can we go to the next slide? Okay, can anybody read?
My dear Arjuna, O winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga. In this way, develop a desire to attain me.
Okay, so as we all know, that mind is like a monkey. It goes from this branch to that branch. Krishna is saying, yes, mind is very difficult to control. But if you're not able to do that, at least do sadhana bhakti. That means as per rules and regulations which are recommended by Krishna, acharyas, etc. So we do some chanting. Every day we do our chanting. We do bhoga offering. We worship Tulsi Maharani. We do some deity worship to Krishna. So Krishna himself is saying that do this. Everybody will ask him, why 16 rounds? Why this rounds, that rounds? So Krishna is saying, mind is very difficult to control. So if you do some sadhana every day, sadhana bhakti every day, eventually your mind will be controlled. So that is why we are doing some particular set of rounds. We are doing this many rounds, that many rounds. Because why? Krishna himself has recommended. Through Krishna, the acharyas have recommended us. We don't have so much intelligence to understand that, okay, I am going to think about Krishna 24/7. I need not, do a count. Krishna is only saying in this Kali Yuga, it is very difficult to control mind. So actually in the before yugas also, it is very difficult. Then what to speak of Kali Yuga? Especially when we are in the 5,000 years of Kali Yuga. I think it is something like 5,126 or ninth year of this year. So it is very difficult. So when we do some sadhana bhakti according to what acharyas and Krishna has recommended, eventually we do it repeatedly, our mind will be controlled in one fine day. Okay, so what is sadhana bhakti? How to do that? We will learn. Okay, next slide. Can anybody read, please? Adherence to the rules and regulations of devotional service.
Guidance of a spiritual goal, wake up early, go regularly to temple and offer prayers, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, offer flowers to deities, cook burger for the deities, accept and honor prasadam, listen to Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam from few devotees, eligibility everyone can practice, benefit guarantee of Krishna Prema.
Okay, so these are all the aspects which we can do in sadhana bhakti, which are very simple actually. Guidance of a spiritual master, some mentor or a guru is guiding you, waking up early, go regularly to temple and offer prayers, chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, offering some flowers or fruit, offering bhoga, whatever we are eating without onion and garlic, we can offer it to Krishna. And listening, right now we are listening. So it is very easy. And in this, Krishna is guaranteeing that, okay, you will get my prema for sure. Okay, next slide. So if we are not able to do this sadhana bhakti, can anybody read?
If you are unable to
If you
practice the rules of Bhakti Yoga, try to act for me alone. For by acting for me you will reach to perfection.
If we are unable to do bhakti yoga, at least we can do some karma yoga. That means serving prasadam, giving some donations, cleaning some the temple and all. Do some direct, not directly bhakti. At least do some karma yoga. That means give some of your earned results, earned money or salary, or engage yourself in some or the other service of mine. So that is called karma yoga. So Krishna is saying, not if you're not able to do bhakti yoga, sadhana bhakti, do at least some a bit of karma yoga. At least that you will understand. Okay, next slide. Okay, if the rules cannot be practiced, engage all the external senses in serving Krishna. Work for Krishna, you will reach maturity. So Krishna is saying that if you're not able to do sadhana bhakti, then engage your work. That means give some portion of your results to God. That means give some donations in the hundi. As I told, come and clean the temple, help do some of the other seva in the temple, help build a goshala. If there is some donations circulating in the temple, you can help goshala, something like that. Krishna is saying, do at least that. Okay, next slide. Okay, can anybody read, please?
If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness of me, then try to act giving up all results of your work and try to be self-situated.
Okay, so at least, okay, fine. I'm not able to do bhakti yoga. I'm not able to do karma yoga. That's fine. Krishna is saying it's all right. At least realize what is the soul. That means if we keep on focusing upon our body, we will neglect the soul. When we try to understand that the soul is important, how the soul can be, cultivated, how can it be happy, ultimately we will understand that there is nothing more happiness for a soul than to surrender to Krishna. So Krishna is saying, if you can't surrender, if you can't do bhakti, at least understand the soul, that it is more important than the body. So some people think that only the bhakti can perform by only the rich people. Only if we have time and resources, etc. But actually, Krishna does not see the wealth or status. He only sees the devotion. We all have been aware of that, right? So, for example, if we are learning a bike or a scooter or an Activa or a car, do we learn that in one day, just one day? Can anybody guarantee that I am going to learn it in just one day perfectly without doing any mistakes or something like that? No, right?
No.
But will you give up that? No, we'll still again, even if we fall, even if we get hurt, we'll still get up and again try it next day, right? So bhakti is also like that. Even we sometimes fail, even sometimes we don't understand what is the real concept of bhakti, but with practice and determination, as we practice, and the determination, the desire that yes, I want to do this, then your efforts and your steadiness will show ultimately one day. So as we are learning the bike or learning a bicycle with the same determination and practice, bhakti is also the same. Even if we start with small efforts, Krishna will help us become strong in bhakti. So wherever we are right now, we should not think that, oh, I'm not pure, I'm not in the stage of doing this or that. No, wherever you are, start wherever you are. Even the smallest of small efforts of bhakti will lead to perfection. That means it will not go into vain. If we are doing some karma or papa or punya, it will vanish one day. That means we will get the fruits, results, khatam. But bhakti, even if we do smallest of the smallest results, it will stay with us eternally. Okay, can we go to the next slide? Okay, can anybody read it quickly, please?
Punya karma, good deeds, beginner, sense pleasure, rebirth in higher planets will initiate sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti, regulated devotion, practitioner stage seeking external pleasure, rebirth in a devotee family will initiate prema bhakti. Prema bhakti, devotion beyond regulation, blissful state, no rebirth, always in transcendental bliss.
Okay. So Krishna is saying there are three ladders. First is Punya Karma. Second is sadhana bhakti, and third is prema bhakti. The ultimate goal of everybody is prema bhakti. Either they are devotees, non-devotees, everybody are going to ultimately reach Krishna only. It's just that we have to understand that are we going to do it right now? Is it not wasting our human life? So first is punya karma. Everybody does it, right? Even my mother says that we will feed some brahmanas, or you give some donation in your temple. That means ISKCON temple. Some punyam will get. No, I tell, okay, yes, mom, it is right. I mean, we are going to get punyam. If people are okay that if we are going to do something by which we get punya, that is actually better than doing all the bad deeds. I mean, if we have 10 rupees, are we going to use it in the right way or the wrong way? At least we are giving it to the temple. At least we are giving it to Krishna service. It is far better than giving it to bad things. I mean, they are beggars who sit outside the temple and they keep on asking, give me money, give me money. We don't know what they are going to do with that. Are they going to drink, or are they going to do gamble with that? If we give that money, the karma will come to us also, which is a bad karma. We have to suffer for that also. But the same money, if we give it in the temple, it will be used for good cause, and with that same money, prasadam will be cooked and it will be distributed freely to everybody. Okay, so if we do some punya karma, that is also fine. Krishna is saying, yes, do that. At least you do some good deeds. It is a beginner stage. It will give pleasure to yourself. And even if if somebody dies in that stage also, they go to the Swarga, nicely enjoy there, and come back here and get into a devotee family or a nice family, and they will do some sadhana bhakti in the next life. So as we all are doing sadhana bhakti, that means we have done some very nice punya karma. That is where we are getting all this results of sadhana bhakti. And of course, Krishna's mercy is also there. The second stage is sadhana bhakti. If we do sadhana bhakti, we are doing this rules and regulations. That means we are chanting this rounds, that rounds, we are doing deity worship, etc., etc. And it is a practitioner stage. That means we are still practicing it. Still devotees from 30 years of being in ISKCON, they say that we're still doing sadhana bhakti. It doesn't mean that okay, I have been in ISKCON from 30 years, so I'm going to give up everything and think that I am the greatest devotee. No, they don't think like that. They still do the sadhana. They still do their 16 rounds every day. They still hear to Prabhupada. They still speak about all these things. They still do deity worship. So we get pleasure, eternal pleasure out of that. That means we are serving Krishna. Krishna is happy. We are also happy. For example, if we are not able to complete this sadhana bhakti in this lifetime, next lifetime we will get into a good family where we need not worry about anything financially, materially, or if we get birth into a devotee family where it will be very easy. Then what happens is that we will get that prema bhakti. In prema bhakti, it is the ultimate stage. That means it will give us full happiness. Just like the gopis, their stage is prema bhakti. They don't have any rules and regulations when it comes to serving Krishna. They used to leave all their household things and all, and then come to Krishna. That is different thing. I mean, we cannot imitate all such things. We are Kali Yuga Jivis. We are not so higher devotees as them, but still we can reach that stage. But when we follow the instructions of Krishna, that means we have to do some sadhana bhakti in this lifetime. As we are human beings, we have to do sadhana bhakti. We cannot go directly to prema bhakti. It is a higher stage. Okay, so in that prema bhakti, it is always transcendental bliss. That means even if we go to the spiritual world, we will not fall down. We will not have this bad qualities such as false ego, anger, pride, etc. We will not be having that. That means our ultimate goal will be only to serve Krishna without any selfish desires. But Krishna is saying, if you want to do if you want to serve me for punya and karma, you do it. It's fine. Slowly we will come to the stage where we will do it for Krishna, a little bit for ourselves also. After doing that slowly, we will go to the prema bhakti where we will not do anything for ourselves. We will do only for Krishna. So Krishna is saying, you can't control your mind, do sadhana bhakti. If you're not able to do sadhana bhakti also, do some karma yoga, do some punyas and all, go into that stream. If you're not able to do even that, understand that this soul is more important than the body. So ultimately, if we go, we will ultimately realize that, okay, whatever we are doing, it is for Krishna only. So we'll slowly reach that stage. We need not, rush into that. Okay, can we go to the next slide? Krishna offers various alternatives to encourage us to move forward in our devotional service. Using this, we can see ourselves where we are on the ladder. Yes, Krishna is giving us freedom. Do whatever you want, but do something better. Being an atheist, better not doing anything. Better than doing bad karma. Doing something is better than nothing, right? So, can we go to the next slide? Okay, who is dear to Krishna? Next slide. Okay, can anybody read it, please?
One who is not envious, but um, but is a kind of friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor, and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination. His mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me.
So Krishna is saying that who is the dearest person? That means how his devotee should be. A devotee should not be envious, but be kind to all the living entities, not only to human beings, not only to just our family. We have to be kind with everybody. Okay, then who does not think himself as a proprietor? Okay, I am the owner of this world. I am the owner. This is my house. This is my body. This is my this thing, that thing. We should be free of that proprietorship. Who is equal and is free from false ego. That means I am this body and a false ego. We should not have that. We should understand that I am this soul. I don't belong here. This house does not belong to me. I mean, temporary, just for namesake, it is in my name. But ultimately, I am not this body. Some or the other day, I am going to leave this and it will be going to somebody else's name. So this is all temporary. Just like that, this body is just temporary. One day it will be burned off. So this soul is permanent. That is the false ego which we have, and who is equal in both happiness and distress. We all do this, right? If we are so happy, we thank Krishna a lot. Thank you, Krishna. Thank you so much for giving us. Or sometimes we forget Krishna, thinking that, okay, I have done this. Okay, I don't remember God. When we are in distress, we think that, why Krishna, why have you done this to me? We blame God, usually blame God. So, but we have, as a devotee, we have to be equal, neutral in both happiness and distress. Okay, who is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination. His mind and intelligence fixed upon me. So these are some of the transcendental qualifications which Krishna is trying to explain, that my devotee should be like this. So we all should try to become something like that. Maybe not big steps, at least a small little step, right? So next slide. Okay, can anybody read, please?
Those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me.
Okay. So who all want to become dear to Krishna? I mean, not only dear, very, very dear to Krishna. You all can raise your hands. Okay. Kushi, Manasvi. Yes, Pandya. Yes, I also want to become dear to Krishna. Yes, Madhavi. Yes, Kirti. Yes. So we all want to become dear to Krishna. Krishna says, the one dear to me is the one who performs bhakti. And that means ultimately Krishna has given us yes, Sahiti, thank you. Krishna has given the steps that if you're not able to do this. If you're not able to do this. But Krishna in this large shloka of 12th chapter is saying that, but the person who does bhakti to me is the dearest person to me. So ultimate goal is to do bhakti and attain Krishna. So that is what Krishna again is saying in this chapter, that he's explaining whatever things are there, how to do this, how to do that, etc., about himself. Every chapter he's explaining about that. But ultimately, Krishna in every chapter he's saying that bhakti yoga is the best. And the people who are doing bhakti yoga are very, very dear to me. Everybody, Krishna is not partial. Krishna is not saying that to this person I am not going to give this, to this person I'm not going to give this. Everybody, Krishna has given nature, Mother Nature has given Mother Nature nicely. He has distributed everything equally. It's just that we, as corrupt politicians or corrupt people. We are not, we are, the rich are becoming richer and the poor are becoming poorer. So because of corruption, because of Kali Yuga efforts, we are not getting sufficient food, shelter for equal to everybody. So Krishna is is impartial. That means he sees everybody in the same stage, but to his devotee, he's very dear anamata. That means, for example, all the children are equal to parents. They don't see any difference. They don't, this child is favorite, and they don't give more money to them. They don't give more clothes to them. But if one child is showing more affectionate to parent, the parent will reciprocate, right? So it is something like that. Krishna, he is not partial to everybody, but still, if a devotee is coming and surrendered to Krishna, Krishna gives him a little bit more attention than everybody else. Okay, next slide. We are done. Okay, stages of bhakti: Shraddha, faith; Sadhu Sangha, devotees association; Bhajana Kriya, devotional service; Ananta Nivritti, removal of attachments; Nishtha, steadily fixed; Prema, complete love for Krishna. So how we go from this sadhana bhakti to prema bhakti? These are the stages. Actually, there are still more. There are 9 stages of bhakti. What we'll do is that we will not go through right now. We'll go through all these stages in the level 2. Then we can give good time for each and everything. Now we will not be able to give good time for these. So we'll learn this in next level 2. Okay, next slide. Final reflections. Can anybody read?
Stay steady in joy and sorrow. Accept life's ups and downs with a calm mind, trusting Krishna's plan. Surrender worries to Krishna. Do your best and leave the results to Him for inner peace. Serve selflessly, helping others without expectations, purifies the heart and brings true happiness. Choose the right association. Surround yourself with spiritually uplifting people to stay inspired.
Okay, thank you, Mataji. I hope you all will get these reflections in your life and you will implement in your life every day to every day. Okay, and next, tomorrow. What's for tomorrow? You have to go. No, not all this. You have to go to what's tomorrow. Okay, fine. I guess the slide is not there. It's okay. Before this slide, okay, 1 second. No, before the question and answer slide is there. No? Before this, it is not there. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. You can stop sharing. Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I'll just read what's for tomorrow. The body, soul, and super soul, understanding the real connection, how wisdom is obtained, the key qualities that lead to true knowledge, the difference between soul and super soul, why Krishna is the ultimate controller, realizing the difference between the body and knower of the body. That means tomorrow we'll learn about what is this body, what is the soul, how it is connected to the super soul, how super soul controls, how we control. Do we really know ourselves, or who really knows us? So this all we'll learn it tomorrow. Okay, the 13th chapter. So please don't miss it. Please encourage your friends also to join the sessions. So do you all have any doubts? There was one doubt. Can we give prasadam instead of money to beggars? Yes, we can give. That is the main part. I mean, if they eat prasadam, they get benefited. Krishna is also happy. But if we give money, if they use it for the wrong ways, we get the bad karma out of that. So it is better to give prasadam to the beggars or to anybody else, not only them, anybody else, even to children, we give money, So instead of giving that money, we can give some or the other, the small picture of Radha Krishna or a keychain or something or the other related to Krishna. We can do that. When will the level 2 be connected, Mataji? After this 18 days course is done, we'll take 1 week of break because we have to get all the registrations done with all of you, with everybody, and we have to add them in the groups and all. So this is per little bit process. So after that, you will be added to the level 2. Okay. So mostly it will start the second week of April or the third week of April. Okay. Either by 15th April we will be starting, because our session, this 18 days course, will end on 6th or 5th. So we need 1 week break, right, to get all the things done. So it will mostly start from 14th. Okay, 14th of April. Thank you, Hare Krishna. So anybody have any doubts or any things to comment, or you want to tell from your own life what you want to do, what you want to, you have realized something today. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Kushi, Kirti, Hare Krishna. Okay, I'll just wait for 2 minutes. Thank you, Sandhya, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Manasvi, Hare Krishna. Have a nice day. Today is Monday. It's so frustrating, no, to go to work on Monday. Okay, I hope you all don't have any doubts. If yes, you all can reach out to my personal number. Okay. Hare Krishna. Have a great, joyful day. Thank you, Madhavi Matashi. Thank you. You also have a nice day. Okay, Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow.